Hey guys, so this is the first video of the new playlist. This one is going to be where do we go from here? So the idea here is to try to think about what happened, different topic which are making the news. I'm not going to review the fact there are already amazing team of news guys who can, if you're right, left or whatever you like. And I'm not gonna tell you what is my side, but I'm gonna just take the topic and be like, hey, who are those people? How did they arrive here? What can really change? How do you ensure that, 20 years from now, things change or not? So, the first topic of today is gonna be something which kind of shocked me. Um, it's only 5 days old, but this is this is about this young 15 years old name Junior Lisandro Junior Gunsman Feliz. I hope I say his name right. Obviously, um, at first the short story that wrong time, wrong place. A gang saw him in New York and thought he was someone from another gang and just took him out of a store and just stabbed him to death. So we're gonna review the video and you know I'm I'm not even necessarily knowing which channel is that. Doesn't really matter if it's right, left. What is interesting is just, the 1 minute. That's why I want to keep it short. So let's look at that. That is pretty awful. I mean, if you have kids, someone kill your kids. I don't, I don't even imagine how you feel like. And then you have to be in a courtroom when someone else needs to decide what's going to happen to this person. I believe if you're sitting in this, yeah, I mean, if you're sitting in this chair and someone is next to you, kill your kid, what you want to do is get up and just kill him. You don't want to be like judging him. You just want to be like, you kill my kid, and that's kind of the first feeling, right? I mean, the parents who go through that have to suck it up and stand and let the process go. I gotta say, I mean, we're human being. I don't know. I mean, it's just this is what this story really went through. What happened to this kid is should not have happened. And even if he was from another gang, the whole thing is just awful. Then you have the parents in the room, and yeah, I don't even know if I was seeing these people and was trying to be nice to them. I don't even know what I would tell them. I mean, would I engage and say sorry for your loss? I mean, I don't know them. I don't know what kind of sympathy you can really do. Whatever you're gonna say is not gonna change anything for them. It's just they lost someone really important. I mean, I don't know how you can deal with that. It's probably destroyed, but a heads up. That's her head stands high. That says everything. She's she could she. I mean, you can see it here. That that woman, she doesn't look like. I mean, if she could right now, she will beat the shit out of them. I mean, that's my point of view. I mean, that's pretty awful. Yeah, true bad boys. Look at that. They're probably what 20, 22, 23, and they were like all on this poor kid. Look at that. And that the thing which kind of bothered me is it the guy of the store? And they're doing absolutely nothing. I mean, I kind of get it. I mean, that's part of why I'm doing this video. Is that's the thing we gotta talk here. What can the guy of the story do? There's like five guys, one has a machete. I mean, they're dragging him outside. Look at that. He's holding the side. It's and absolutely disgusting. This guy here in the previous video was just like, oh, we got we get they're telling us we might do live, and yeah, you know what? Yeah, you kill someone and you're like surprised you get death threat. I mean, it's like that's not surprising for me. I mean, what can they say? You know, oh, he's not a bad guy. I mean, they're hiding their face because they probably don't want to get hit. Yes, it's probably your brother or your mother, but I'm like, I mean, the people, you arrest this kid and he kills someone, and they're just like, you're part of the problem. It's just how people see that. Well, they just beat the shit out of him. Look at the machete. Yeah, yeah. So now even the gang is like, hey, too much eyes on us. Yeah, we are gang. You know, the interesting part is the way I see this type of gang is more small communities, like a little bit like mafia, and they're more grouping. So I mean, we're talking about New York. And right now, if you look at Chicago, it's absolutely insane the number of kids who, you grow up and you're like, don't take a gun, don't be part of a gang, but at the same time, the kid has to go to school, right? So it's like, I'm gonna get killed on the way to school if I cross a gang group. Like this 15 years who died here was not part of any gang, from what I understand, might be wrong. But then you're like, well, if he was part of a gang, maybe he would be protected. So he's not safe. They're not safe. So they feel they're not safe. They join the gang, right? I mean, so the question is, yeah, maybe when they're 25, 30, 40, they leave the gang and then they go far away where nobody can find them. But I'm like, how do you even break when, I mean, you gotta do a big cleaning here. Uh, if you don't get rid of the gang, this is this kid is actually a side damage to it. That's what I'm thinking of. Where do you go from here? I mean, if there are gangs where I live, I'll probably just leave. Easy to say, but you gotta find a job, right? And so you got your apartment. You were born in this city, and so now from here, what do you do? I mean, you're screwed roughly. You're just screwed. I'm sorry for this girl. Yeah, I don't mean to. I'm gonna click something else. Yeah, we're gonna click on this. I don't want to click. I don't want to even put them now. I don't. I don't know what's a good image here. Let me go back to the footer. I don't need to keep the video up. Yeah, it's disturbing, man. Um, so where do we go from here? Well, you can't say there's five kids who stabbed to death. These other kids are awful. You put them to jail, right? But the truth is, there are gonna be another five kids in a year from now who are going to kill someone else because the gang exists. The gang is still here. I mean, you're not going to change any cycle. you're actually going to keep it worse if the gang still exists. That's just a fact. If it still exists and it's still operational, then it's going to keep going and to grow. So if the life of these 15-year-olds matter, yes, you're gonna put those 5 kids in jail. Maybe one of them is gonna be like killed by another gang, probably all of them. That would be what you wish, but the truth is, you're not solving anything because the gang is still out, and that's why the gang is pissed because the only thing that the gang fear is not that you kill someone, is that the gang is being like observed, and when you bring attention to them, there are gonna be more cops watching it. With the number of cops you have in New York, I'm really surprised that there are this size of a gang still active. It's just weird. But that's where you gotta hit, and so you gotta hit the gang. You gotta. So let's say you caught them all, right? What do you do with them? Put them in. You're gonna put them in. If they kill nobody, you put them in jail for what, a year, 2 years. You have no proof, right? So your option to really solve the problem long term is to get rid of the gang because these 5 guys are in jail, but the gang is still here. Then you have no tools to actually, even if you arrest everybody to keep the gang for years, the gang is gonna be active in jail. It's gonna keep recruiting, whatever it looks like, and it's gonna make money and control. You're not going to have everybody, and money make is gonna go in and out of jail. I mean, that's where you go from here. If you don't change the way you're approaching gang today, I think with what we're seeing is you're not going to get rid of the problem. The worry I have, and I'm not living in this city, but I lived in France and in Paris, and you have similar things happening. Yes, you gotta provide a door for them, for some people of this neighborhood. I'm not gonna say hood, I'm gonna say neighborhood, to go out, but you're talking about one or two of them. What do you do with the 95% left? You gotta take care of the 95%. The only thing you're gonna do is if you put the right tools to manage gangs. That's what I'm seeing. And there is a lot of, I mean, I would think about, you do the same thing as what you do when you have kids, right? You're going to have to do something about it. Um, you're going to have to go in and destroy it. You're not going to do every city at once, but you need to have the right tools. That's what I'm thinking of. So my takeout from this topic is that to really solve the problem, you gotta get rid of the gang, and you also have to replace the gang by something else. There's people who are part of a gang. They join the gang because they're looking for something, for protection that they don't get. So you gotta be able to provide them the protection, what they're looking for. The game provide money, protection. It's a network. So that's their way around because they either have success by school, which they don't have really doors open, or go to work and they're just seeing it as flat. And that's what we're seeing is this is the real hero as the one who go to work every day. But what they're seeing is that the gang is what is really going to provide them what they force in life. So until you replace the gang by what they foresee in life, you're also not solving the problem. So you gotta take care of the gang, you need the tools for, but you need also to provide them something for the new generation coming to be replaced so that they get everything they need. That's my take on this video. Alright guys, that's just a talk here. I'm really interested to hear what you guys think about what should be done. You know, that's my view of it. And I don't think this is limited to this one video and this one event, but that's the way I see we should do something about gangs. Just that's, you can remove them. they're going to be a new gang, new kids, and sometimes you hear the new generation are like more violent than the previous one. So if you don't do something, they just keep going. Thank you. I see you in the next video.